Hi guys, in this new video again we're going to be looking at where we stopped from last week. So I'll say welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new, click on the subscribe button and also tap on the notification icon so that you can get notified whenever I drop a new video. So last week we stopped analysis on GBP Euro USD and then Euro CHF. So let's go back in time and see where we stopped. Okay, on GBP USD, what was I expecting? On GBP JPY, okay, we just have to count 5 days back. One, two. First of all, let me cancel this out. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is where we stopped last week, and then we can do our recap. Okay, so on the GBP JPY pair, we're saying okay, we're expecting this tap. I was saying the demand zone got tapped, but the other block didn't got tapped. Then since then it has been very bullish, very bullish. It has been flipping to the upside since then. And well, we looked at how we could have entered in all these demand zones here. So last week I stopped here. I said I was expecting a tap into this POI or this POI, whichever one is going to play out. And our overall target was this 4 hours zone. Yeah, okay, there was no overall target. Okay, our overall target was outside this liquidity here, if I can remember very clearly. Said our overall target should be outside this liquidity here for a liquidity grab. So let's see how we could have gotten the delivery of prices. The main aim of this YouTube video and analysis is just for you to see how you can draw out your point of interest and how you can also get trades off them, and also how to trade reversal trades. Okay, sometimes you know when it's bullish, sometimes it just come down and then turns reversal, so you have to understand that also. So markets opening, and we're just tapping into one of these POIs. Okay, nice. It's first tapped into this beautiful POI here, as you can see, where exactly what I predicted last week, and then we don't need this POI again. Okay, now it will have its TP here for those that took advantage of this analysis. Okay, for those that took advantage of this analysis, it will have really played out well, and the day ended bullish. Okay, so now you can see it was even still going up more. Imagine with just the little analysis I explained, and target was just 80 pips, imagine. So let's see what markets will have given us. You can see it was still very bullish at that point, and we still have lots of POI to look into here. Remember the daily we were looking to, okay, now it has tapped above the area of liquidity. So if it doesn't grab liquidity, it should continue going up like that. And as you can see, it's continued going up. And since then, we have a break of structure here also. Beautiful BOS, and our demand zone should be here. There's nice imbalance into that zone. Yeah. Also, there was a demand zone here, but I won't take this because of this mitigation at this point. Take that. But if you wanted to use that, you might have, gotten entry. But this was around 7 o'clock, so if you are still asleep, you might not get entry like at that point. Okay, so that's where the current market price is actually. So there's nothing much to see about that. And let me quickly show you something. Now that we have a POI here like this, point of interest here, and we know that market should definitely sell into this point before we take the buy again. Let me show you what we could have done here to, to catch the sell trade. It's called the counter trend trade. So once you've drawn a POI like this and you expect that, okay, market should sell before coming into this buy position here, you can just go down to the 15 minutes time frame or the 30 minutes time frame to look for a trend reversal. Okay, yeah, so this is what I mean by trend reversal: a minor break of structure at this point, something like this, and then your POI would be here. You might be looking to sell from there, or okay, we got more break of structures again. Zone should be here. I think this one is clearer and better. Yeah, you can just wait for it, tap into it, and then you take a sell from. If you get a sell confirmation, remember, don't just use pending orders. Wait for a sell confirmation before you enter, and then you drive the prices down. At least the first TP should be here, this low here, P1, and then TP2 should be the overall H1 POI you are looking forward to. Okay, as you can see. So that's how you could have taken a counter trend trade using the entry criteria confirmation, whichever entry criteria you are using. And beautifully, you'd have gotten how many pips at this point? 106 pips. Beautiful, just from this sell move alone, because we're targeting a buy into the zone. And I trust you'd have locked profit at all these positions here, and you let the market do its thing. Okay, so maybe it wants to come and mitigate this extreme 15 minutes POI, but at least you'd have gotten a beautiful sell off at the point. Okay, so that's where the market is right now. Okay, so since we are still looking for buying opportunities on GBP JPY, let's go back to the daily time frame. I don't think this daily liquidity was grabbed, so we're still very, very bullish. Okay, so let's go to the weekly time frame. You see there's even free traffic at this point. There's thin candle at this point, no form of supply, broke resistance. Check this supply zone here. This is still the most recent supply zone, so that's where we are looking forward to now. Our TP should be there. So how many pips range do we have to work with? We have 700 pips range, so it's still a very, very big range to work with on GBP. So I'm still very bullish on GBP JPY. Now, since we are bullish, we can still expect counter trend trades at this point down to this POI, and then we can take it up from there. Okay. So let's go back. Let's go into so that's just a little sneak peek of how to take counter trend trade. Instead of waiting for sales to come in, you can look for sell opportunities and then wait for it to tap into the zone. So this is Euro USD. Let's go back in time to see how we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so this is where I stopped last week. Let's quickly go back to the weekly. Yeah, we are coming from this weekly demand zone here. Coming from this weekly demand zone, and then we said market was very, very bullish. Okay, and said market was very, very bullish, and we're expecting more buying opportunities. So going to the 1 hour time frame, we got a lot of buying opportunities. Counter trend sales played out nicely, but overall we're still very, very bullish. And then our target was this 4-hour supply zone here. Power supply zone here. Let's check daily time frame. Okay, that's the week of the daily candle. So Euro USD had already tapped into this POI, if I remember clearly, last week Friday, and gave us little profits here. So I was expecting that, okay, if markets can buy up to this zone, because we're already outside this supply zone and we had the break of structure here, and this was the other block candle that caused the break of structure. So we're expecting a sell zone. We're expecting a buy into this sell zone and then continue there, since we've gotten a nice tap into this POI, and we're expecting it to go up and see whatever. So let's play it out and let's see if it plays out, and then how we would have traded if we were live on the chart. Okay, so this one is looking like the markets got to our POI, didn't mitigate this zone, and then it's trying to flip bearish. Okay, flipping bearish, we still have good supply zones here. I wouldn't want to draw a supply zone here because there's liquidity here, as you can see. Remember, this is still our overall supply zone we're looking at, but since we have recent supply zones formed, I wouldn't want to use this one anymore because it might be too far. And then there's a supply zone here and here. Okay, the supply zone here, but I wouldn't want to use the supply zone because there's liquidity above me here. So there's still liquidity above me here, but this one is still very, very recent. And let's see how. Remember, we are going to be using entry confirmation here, so you don't just tap in, or you don't just set your pending orders immediately. Okay, as you can see, this one gave us a move away from the POI, and as you can see, it was this other block here that held this market. Okay, but like I said, I wouldn't want to use this POI because of the liquidity above. So, but let's see how this would have still played out. Okay, now it's looking like Euro USD just ranging since Monday. Let's see. Okay, and that's still the current market price. So right now, Euro USD is very choppy right now, very choppy right now, as you can see, giving us supply and support and resistance, as you can see. So what should we be expecting for next week? It didn't really play out nicely during the week. Okay, so let's check the 4-hour time frame. From the daily demand zone, we are still very bullish. Okay, so let's go into the 4-hour time frame to check for zones that can make this market to buy. 1-hour zone. Okay, so for me, I can't really see anything. What am I expecting for Euro USD next week? Euro USD next week, I'm expecting a breakout of these zones. Then it should probably come and mitigate these extreme zones here as liquidity grabs. Okay, so this is my first zone here, and then my second zone here too at this point. Okay, so I'm expecting a touch into this zone or a touch into this zone as my liquidity grab for sales. Okay, since sales are counter trend trades. Okay, and for the buy opportunities, still have an extreme demand zone here. Still have an extreme demand zone here also. Beautiful. And then you can take it up to this point. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting on Euro USD. We have two extreme zones like that. So we have two extreme zones for supply, and we have two extreme zones for what, for demand. So this is what I'm expecting for Euro USD next week. So I didn't say what I was expecting for GBP next week. GBP was still very bullish. We can look for counter trend sell trades at this point to sell up to this point, but this is a major POI. Now, if this sell doesn't give us confirmation to enter, then it's going to give us a break of structure at this point. Then you can then look for buying opportunities from here, from this demand zone, and then as it goes up, you look for more buying opportunities. Okay, so this is the last pair, which is Euro CHF. So let's go back in time and see how 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Euro CHF, let's go to the daily and weekly time frame to see what we're expecting on Euro CHF. Okay, after this imbalance, we're expecting a mitigation into this demand zone, which didn't get tapped. On the weekly, now this daily time frame is just printing bullish, and then we have to go with the bullish flow. Okay, we're expecting a sell into this zone, but we didn't get that sell. But remember, it's still a zone to us to take note of. And since then, we've been looking for buying opportunities on Euro CHF, and on Euro CHF last week, I was expecting this zone to hold, this zone to hold, or this zone to hold, whichever gives us our entry criteria. Okay, beautifully, it's tapped into the first zone. Okay. It really played out nicely. Give us how many pips at that point? Give us 41 pips. 41 pips is also not bad for a Monday morning. And after that, after delivering the 45 pips or 41 pips it gave us, we're expecting a tap into this zone also, depending on the entry confirmation. Remember, I'll be going deep down into entry confirmations in this analysis video. Maybe I'll just make a video during the week, then I'll show you entry criteria. But right now, this one is just a forecast. You understand? Forecast for what we could be expecting and stuff like that. Okay, so this is the second zone on Euro CHF. We're expecting it to go long, but remember, now it is printing bearish already. This is the first POI. I didn't even see that initially, and another supply zone is here also. So remember, your TP should not be so far. It should be somewhere there. Oh, sorry, it should be this one. Your TP should be there, and let's see if this one played out nicely. Okay, this one didn't give entry confirmation. Probably, I don't know if it's give entry confirmation, but I'm just trying to use the zones to gauge everything. So this will be the next tap, and then if it doesn't give us a tap, then if it doesn't give us bullish moves up to this POI, then structurally we're already bearish. Okay. Now at this point it's very, very extreme. So you would want to go down to the 15 minutes time frame to look for more break of structures and then confirmations before you look to buy here. Okay. So we have to look for a break of structure on 15 minutes time frame first. Now on 15 minutes time frame, there's no break of structure you can see. So I wouldn't even consider that as a buy entry, you understand? So this is a very extreme zone. You don't want to just tap. You don't just want to go down to the 1 minute time frame or 15 minutes time frames to take a buy. You have to wait for a break of structure on the lower time frames, then look for confirmation. But as you can see, 15 minutes time frame didn't give us any break of structure at all. So breaking the structure, but it didn't give us any break of structure, and very, very right now we are bearish. Okay, right now we are bearish. So I like this break of structure here. This is a supply zone to look out for. Okay, so let me just delete this one since this one didn't hold, and also this one. Yeah, that's the supply zone here. Break of structure. Okay, so let's see how this one will have. So that's where the current market price is. Wow. And giving us some kind of like fake breakouts, whatever. But still, this still doesn't mean anything. You can still go down to the 15 minutes time frame, look for extra entry confirmations like a break of structure, and then you can draw out your POI, then use 1 minute confirmation. Okay, like that. And then that's the entry confirmation. One of the entry confirmations I use. Okay. So because it's broke out of the zone, didn't mean the zone is not valid. It might still come down. Okay, so if this zone doesn't hold, we expect this zone to hold. Okay, now for me, I'm still expecting this zone to hold. Still expecting this zone to hold. That would be the first TP, 25 pips sharp, 5 pips sharp, and if it goes above this zone, then I should be expecting this here. Okay, or else if it starts giving us bullish break of structure and so on and so forth, then we follow the bullish move, and then the overall POI is still have a POI here on the 1 hour time frame I have to look out for, and also this 4 hour POI here that has not been mitigated yet. This imbalance has to be like that. So I'm still expecting this zone to get mitigated also. Okay, I think that will be all for my analysis on these 3 pairs right now. So on Euro CHF, I'm expecting sell opportunities here, and luckily and unluckily, this sell might, go down into these bigger zones here, and then this zone here. So let's target this zone here first. But your TP1 should be this low, this first low. Okay, I'm expecting a sell on Euro CHF because it's printing bearish already on the 1 hour time frame. But still, if it gives us bullish moves, I'm expecting sell in this zone, and I'm expecting a sell into this zone, or else if the sell doesn't hold, in fact, we might be bullish already before. We might be bullish before we even enter this zone at all. So we might be taking buy opportunities along the way before entering into these extreme sell zones, or these extreme sell zones at this top here. So for Euro USD also, remember this one is just ranging. So we're expecting to grab liquidity in either of these zones or either of these zones. And then GBP I'm still very bullish on this, but we have to sell before we buy. Okay, so you can expect more sales here from this zone. Buy, no, to buy here. There's no break of structure here, but in case there's a break of structure, then we'll draw out this zone. You understand? So this is still my zone I'm watching out for. Okay. And on GVJPY, if you have been following the analysis, you have seen how you have gotten just one entry here, and you'd have held it throughout the week beautifully. Just following the analysis I've been doing on this YouTube channel. Okay. So same thing here again. I'm expecting a tap into this zone, then buy. But if you get a tap into this zone first, then we can look for selling opportunities, then we buy. If we get a break of structure, then this zone will be valid. But this zone is not valid because there's no break of structure. But once there's a break of structure above this zone here, then I'll consider this a valid demand zone. So Euro CHF, like I said, I'm still bearish until we break out this reasonable high here. then we are bullish already. But without that, I'm very, very bearish. Okay, so if you are taking opportunities to sell here, in case you want to look for entry criteria, this should be your first CP, and then your shrimp CPs can be here or here if you want to. You know, if you are the type of person that hold or swing trades. Okay, so for swing trades, this would be the extreme zones, and then for day trades should be this zone here, and then your day trade, if managed well, can become a swing trade. Okay, so I think that will be all for now. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you are enjoying this video so far, you've learned 18 or 2 so far, give the video a like or a thumbs up, and also don't forget to share to your friends, families, or Telegram or Forex, Telegram or WhatsApp Forex groups that that you feel that, oh, they need this type of analysis. Okay, at this point I'm going to say peace, guys. I'm out.